Your joints are sending you silent signals right now, but most people ignore them until they can't ignore them anymore. By that time, the damage is already years in the making. You've probably heard that joint pain just comes with age, that it's something you have to live with. But here's what nobody tells you. The pain you feel today isn't really about your joints wearing out. It's about inflammation running wild in your body, and that's something you can actually control, starting today. Think about yesterday. You probably woke up, moved around a little slowly, maybe felt some stiffness. By afternoon, if you did too much, climbed stairs, carried groceries, worked in the garden, your knees or shoulders reminded you they were unhappy. You know that feeling when your joints don't feel quite right, and you wonder if it's just going to get worse from here. That's the moment most people accept it and stop asking questions. But you're here, watching this, which means you haven't given up yet. And that's exactly the right instinct. I'm Dr. Livia Carter. I've spent the last 20 years watching people discover that their bodies are far more capable of healing than they ever imagined. I want to say something important right now. Please tell me in the comments where you're watching from, how old you are, and what health problem you're facing today. I read your comments. I genuinely do. Your story matters because it helps me understand what you're going through, and it helps me create videos that actually speak to your real life. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through something I call the Anti-Inflammatory protocol. This isn't complicated medical theory. It's a practical system, something you can start doing in your kitchen, in your grocery store, and in your daily routine right now. You'll understand exactly what inflammation is, why it's happening in your joints, and most importantly, what steps you can take in the next 7 days that will genuinely change how you feel. By the end of this video, you're going to have a clear, written-down plan. You'll know exactly what to eat, what movements help, and what simple changes will start reducing your joint pain. More than that, you'll understand why these changes work. You won't be guessing, you'll know. And that knowledge is powerful because it gives you back control. Let me start with what's actually happening inside your joints right now. Your body has this incredible system called the immune system. Normally, it's like a security guard. It protects you from things that shouldn't be there. But sometimes, that security guard gets confused. It starts seeing things that aren't actually threats and attacks them anyway. That reaction is inflammation. Now, inflammation isn't always bad. If you cut yourself, inflammation is actually the healing response. Your body sends in repair crews. That's good inflammation. But when your immune system stays activated all the time, when it's constantly sounding the alarm, that becomes chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation loves to settle in your joints. It makes them swollen, stiff, and painful. Here's the thing most people don't realize. What you eat, how you move, even how you sleep, all of these are sending signals to your immune system. Those signals are either telling it to calm down and heal, or they're telling it to stay fired up and aggressive. The protocol I'm going to share with you is really about sending the right signals. The beautiful part? Your body responds quickly to better signals. I've seen people experience noticeable changes in 3 to 4 days. Not complete healing, that takes longer, but real, tangible improvement. Less morning stiffness, better movement. That's what becomes possible when you give your body the right information. Let's talk about the first pillar of the protocol, what you put in your mouth. This is where the real power lives, and I want to be very clear. This isn't about restriction or suffering through a bland diet. This is about abundance. You're actually adding things, not just taking them away. The foods that calm inflammation are foods that have been feeding human beings for thousands of years. Think about fatty fish like salmon and sardines. These contain omega-3 fatty acids. In your body, omega-3s work like messages that say, hey, calm down, you're safe. You don't need to be attacking. Compare that to omega-6 fats, which most people eat way too much of. They're in processed foods, seed oils, packaged snacks. Those send the opposite message. Stay alert, keep fighting. The inflammation in your joints is partly a ratio problem. You probably have too many omega-6 signals and not enough omega-3 signals in your body right now. We're going to flip that ratio. Then there are the colorful plant foods, berries, leafy greens, bell peppers, tomatoes. These contain compounds called polyphenols. You don't need to remember that word. Just know that these are like nature's anti-inflammatory medicine. They're in the color. The deeper the color, the more powerful the signal. A dark blueberry sends a stronger anti-inflammatory message than a light one. Spices matter too. Turmeric has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and modern research confirms why. It contains curcumin, which literally stops one of the main pathways your body uses to create inflammation. Ginger works similarly. These aren't supplements you need to buy. They're seasonings. They're free or cheap, and they're more powerful than most people understand. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Dr. Carter, this sounds like I have to completely change everything overnight. You don't. The protocol works because you're shifting patterns, not turning your life upside down. Start with 3 changes in the next 7 days. That's it. 3. Maybe it's adding salmon twice this week instead of 0 times. Maybe it's keeping some frozen blueberries in your freezer and adding a small handful to your morning. Maybe it's using real ginger in your evening tea instead of regular tea. Small, specific, doable. Now let's move to the second pillar, movement. And I'm going to say something that might surprise you. The worst thing you can do for joint pain is nothing. I see people become less active because their joints hurt. That seems logical. If something hurts, rest it, right? But your joints aren't like a twisted ankle. They're designed to move. Movement is how they get nourished. Movement is how they stay healthy. But, and this is crucial, the type of movement matters enormously. High-impact activities, intense exercise when you're in pain, pushing through sharp discomfort, those make things worse. What works is gentle, consistent movement that doesn't provoke pain. Walking is medicinal. Not a painful walk where you're grimacing and pushing through. A comfortable walk where you can still hold a conversation. Even 15 minutes changes something. Your joints start moving through their range of motion. Your circulation improves.
Your body recognizes that these joints need to be functional, and it sends healing resources there. Then there's something I call purposeful stretching. These are gentle, held stretches, not forcing yourself into a yoga position that feels impossible. Think of it like opening a stuck door slowly rather than kicking it open. When you stretch gently and hold for 20 to 30 seconds, your muscles release. Your joints get access to better movement. People often see improvement in stiffness within 2 or 3 days of consistent, gentle stretching. Water-based movement is remarkable for joint pain. If you have access to a pool, even just moving around in chest-deep water, the water supports your joints while you move them. There's no impact. It's one of the fastest ways to rebuild comfortable movement without pain.
Right now, think about your most limited movement. Is it the first step in the morning? Is it climbing stairs? Is it reaching overhead? That specific movement is going to be your test. It's going to get better in the next 7 days if you follow this protocol. It might not be perfect yet, but you'll notice. That's how you'll know this is working. Now, the third pillar, and this might be the most overlooked one, recovery and sleep. Your body doesn't heal while you're busy during the day. It heals while you're resting. It heals while you're sleeping. When you don't sleep enough, your body can't run its repair systems effectively. It's like trying to do renovations on a house while people are still living in every room and turning on all the lights. Sleep position matters for your joints. If you sleep on your side, putting a pillow between your knees keeps your spine and hips aligned, which reduces inflammation stress on those joints.
If you sleep on your back, a pillow under your knees does something similar. These aren't major changes, they're positioning changes. Temperature matters too. Warm showers or baths, especially right before bed, improve circulation to your joints. That's when healing compounds in your blood can reach those areas more easily. Many people notice that after a warm bath before bed, their morning stiffness is noticeably less. It works that quickly.
The final piece of recovery is what I call active rest. This means moving a little throughout your rest day, but without intensity. Sunday might be your slower day, but you're not lying on the couch all day. You're doing gentle walks, some stretching, maybe some water-based movement. This keeps the healing going while you recover. Here's what happens when you bring these 3 pillars together: the right foods, the right movement, the right recovery. Your body stops sending out emergency signals about your joints. Within days, sometimes within just a couple days, people notice their morning is easier. Their joints feel more lubricated. They have more movement. It's like you've turned down the volume on the pain from a level 8 down to a level 5 or 6. That's a real change. That's something you can feel. I want to ask you something, and I genuinely want you to answer in the comments.
7 days from now, what do you want to be able to do that you're struggling with right now? Is it playing with grandchildren without stiffness? Is it enjoying a long walk? Is it gardening without your knees complaining? Tell me. Write it in the comments. Sometimes just naming it clearly makes all the difference in actually doing it. And if you've already noticed improvement in your joint pain from changing what you eat or how you move, I want to hear that story too. Your experience helps other people understand what's possible for them. I want to be clear about something before we finish. What I'm sharing here is for educational purposes. It's information that comes from research and from what I've observed in 20 years of helping people. But I'm not your personal doctor. If you have severe joint pain, swelling that won't go down, or pain that came on suddenly, please have that checked by your doctor. Some things need professional attention. The protocol I've shared is something you can absolutely do alongside your doctor's guidance, but don't use it as a replacement for medical care when you need it. You know your body. If something feels serious, get it checked.
In the next video, I'm going to show you something that most people get completely wrong about joint pain. It's about a specific nutrient that your body needs to actually rebuild joint tissue, and most people are deficient in it without even knowing. It changed everything for people I worked with. You won't want to miss it. You've got this. Your joints have been sending you signals. The fact that you watched this entire video means you're actually listening. That's the first step. Now you know what to do for the next 7 days. You have a real plan. Start small. Pick 3 changes. Notice what's different. Pay attention to what your body is telling you as you begin. Your body is incredibly capable of healing. You're not stuck with joint pain. You're just at a turning point. And turning points are where change begins. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'll see you in the next video.